All right, guys, to watch this video for August 26th, which is Friday. The SPY, still nothing significant, kind of sitting right at the 20-day. Very narrow range, just low volume August trading. So as long as the SPY isn't tanking, we can continue to just kind of build a watch list and trade off of it. NYMX, again, crazy stock, had a huge move, gapped up today, popped, and then reversed. Anytime you get a stock that moves like that, I'm going to have it on watch. I don't know if it's going to give a low risk setup or not. You know what? It doesn't cost me anything to have it on a chart, so I will. SSY. Actually, this one should have been on watch today. It had this crazy pop and then a couple green days in the narrow range, and it popped today. But you know what? Sometimes these things continue farther than you ever expect. So let's watch it again tomorrow. I didn't even have this on watch today. I should have. GBR got a nice pop off. You know, it's kind of holding this $4 area support and got a nice pop today. Doesn't take much volume to move this thing, so I really want to watch it again tomorrow. I did not catch a trade in this one today, but I'm going to keep it on watch. This VBLT. Let me go to 15-minute candles so you can kind of get a feel for the pop that it had intraday on news, and then gave a chunk of it back, but not all of it back. So while this little bump down here doesn't look significant, when you saw it on an intraday basis, you can see that this is kind of interesting, especially if you can get over this 450 area. So I'm adding it to the watch list. OSUR, just an inside day, had that big pop yesterday. Today, an inside day, goes back on watch for tomorrow. Possible long. 1, 2, 3, let's see, 3 C's in an R. CCCR had a big pop from $1.20 to almost $2 over 3 sessions. Sellers came in and it's holding up, right? So if it can get back up above this area, might squeeze. I like the fact that you had this big volume red day and then it's right back up near those recent highs. I call that kind of, my thinking on that is sellers came in, and if these sellers fail, could be fuel for a short squeeze. So that's the way I look at that. It's worth having that one on a chart. SGY. Again, this doesn't look like a big deal, but when you zoom in, you realize it had this 2-day move from 950 to over the course of like a session and a half to 1540. That's a huge move. Couple days, 3 days lower, and then a little pop today. I actually called this long today, right about here where my arrow is. I think it was like 1079 right there. Worst case stop below this candle, 1060. So it was what, 19 cents risk, and it went all the way up to 1220 at one point, but really gave us immediate feedback over the next 10 minutes. We got a pretty nice move. I had a nice trade in this one today. It is going on watch for continuation tomorrow because, as you can see from these 2 days, when it does move, it moves pretty well. So that's SGY. CRK. I also had a trade in this one today, and it kind of moves with SGY, so I want to watch it too. We'll keep an eye on oil. It's kind of hanging out right below the 200-day. If oil pops, I really like the way this thing traded. Today. I called a long right about here where my arrow is, and it, over the next 30 minutes, it's a really nice move and held up fairly well. It's just kind of flagging there on the daily, but it goes on watch too. REN, it feels still a little soon to have this on watch. I mean, it's just a crazy move, but now you're 1, 2, 3 days with lower highs. It's down below the 8-day. I kind of think it needs to come in another day or two, but who knows? I'm going to start watching it tomorrow for a potential bounce. It's REN. AMDA, really nice 2-day pop here, and then a 2-day pullback on lower volume. That's a pretty good setup for a turn back higher tomorrow. CPST, another one, pop, 2 days lower on lower volume. Watching that one for a turn back up tomorrow. And then lastly, CLVS, big pop, couple days lower, kind of closed about where it opened today. So watching that for a potential long tomorrow. We'll also add some, hopefully we'll find some gap plays in the morning, maybe get a good trade out of them as well. But this is what we'll be watching tomorrow. All right, enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.